compromise. Have you guys ever heard of the M48 tactical hammer?
Yes, actually, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
This is Thor's hammer modernized, guys. This can be used in a toolkit, and it is a tool. And it's one of the most deadly weapons.
I think it's United Cutlery makes a whole line of M48, products, tactical fucking tomahawks and shit. Yeah.
Aside from that, because that's a blade, people look at it, you'll be funny. This is a hammer that could be used in any of those circumstances. It would be absolutely devastating in all circumstances, and you could drive a nail with it. Just let you know.
And the guys, the second thing, a rooter. Okay, you take a massive shit, you clog the toilet. Okay, you get that in there, you rooter that shit out. There, your toilet's fixed. Oh, disposal's clogged. Get the rooter in there. Disposal's unclogged. The little vent that comes out of your dryer with all that fluff stuck in there, and you don't want it to catch on fire. Take the rooter, go in there, get it all out. A rooter will save you thousands of dollars in home repair.
Funny. Have you ever seen a woman when she backs the toilet up and can't?
Oh, they're so embarrassed.
Quietly.
How did they know that?
Oh yeah, girl just knocked on my door the other day because she needed a plunger, and I was like, "What happened?" She's like, "Oh, sorry."
What kind of?
That looks pretty cool.
There you go.
Regular one.
There's your tactical warhammer.
Let me tell you guys a story. My dad was a plumber for the city of LA.
Oh, God.
Right. And every once in a while, he would have to go to like offices and where they have like the executive suite bathrooms and stuff like that. This one lady's office, my dad had to go. She worked for the city. She had to go in there and, see what's wrong with her plumbing. She said she kept on complaining that there's plumbing problems. He snaked that shit out, and there was nothing but condoms in there. Like she was like flushing all these, and he's like, "Well, I think I figured out your problem. You fuck too much."
Hey, so what does your dad do now? Because they're just shitting on the streets in LA.
Yeah, he retired. That's why.
That's why they're doing it.
No,
my dad's retired now. But we forgot one important tool, you guys. The tool that folds the clothes and then cleans shit and then makes.
Oh, but those are expensive though.
Yeah,
there's a monthly
subscription.
Expensive.
I'm just saying it's a tool. It is a tool.
Are you guys talking about my AI dishwasher?
Yes.
No, but kinda.
You know what? You know what? One tool that none of you guys have mentioned yet. Let's see here.
Bring it up. That's the most basic. We all overlook it. The most basic every man needs every day.
I never go anywhere without this, and I will actually spend money to check my luggage so I can have my pocket knives with me no matter where I fucking travel, because you never know when you need it. I also have one of these knives too.
I got one too. Yeah.
These also, but at a basic level, the standard MacGyver fucking Swiss Army knife.
Yep.
No guy should leave home without it.
Man, that is a big one, Paul. I was given one by my father. And my grandfather. We all had those, and still do to this day. I think I have a Gerber somewhere that's close, but yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, and I always buy the Tinker, right? Because there's a Phillips head screwdriver on it. There's a can opener. There's also the can opener also doubles as a flathead screwdriver. There's just all sorts of things that I use these for on a daily basis. Yep.
I think the girls should have one in their purse too. It may not need to be that big, but
they make them pink for you ladies.
You mean for HUDs?
And HUDs.
Rainbow? Mine is pink. How did you guys know that?
I thought it was rainbow.
The lettering in the back.
The sign gave it away.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. Bring that energy to the table.
There you go. That's beautiful.
Savo round.
Now, here's a question for you guys. Now, we know there are all these tools out there, right? And some of these tools are costly, right? Some tools they run a little expensive, right?
Yeah.
What? So that hammer knife, that was what, $50, $59?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some of these tools that we see that we know they're expensive. Like Thor, I know your garage, you have tons of tools. I know because I played with them. But that's an expensive.
Whoa. Playing with Thor's tool.
If you guys saw me play with him too.
Not that tool. I don't know what you're talking about. That's gay. That's HUD. No. But like some of these tools are expensive. So is there like, do you guys like, let's give them a tool here, how to shop or how to acquire tools, you know, certain tools that you may need, and if you need to be on a budget or economically, you know, like what do you guys look for in specific tools like that determines whether or not they're of good value, even if they're not a name brand?
Yeah, I'd say
a single piece of metal.
Yeah.
Like if a hammer is one single piece of metal all the way from head to handle, that's a good indicator.
I would say to look like Amazon is a great place to get tools because there's customer reviews. Also know what you're going to use them for, right? If you're not going to break up your driveway, you don't need a jackhammer, right? If you're just trying to use a hammer to break up small pieces of cement or something, you don't need a whole jackhammer. Like make sure you have the right tool for the right size tool for the right job. And realize too that there's a lot of tools that you'll be kind of surprised of how cheap they are. Like for example, gloves, like stuff like this. These you can use them for anything, for when you do yard work, for when you're working on your car, for when you're lifting heavy stuff. You know, a lot of people say like, no, that's not manly to use gloves, but like once you stub your hand or something, you're done. You can't do anything. Like I got shit to do. So these are like $10, right? And these like you can drop a bowling ball in your hand and you won't barely feel it. So you know, just like these drill sets are also pretty, or these bit sets are pretty cheap too. This is DeWalt. This is a name brand. So it's like, you know, what's gonna run you the most are like drills, like these.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. This is a DeWalt. And also surprisingly, the batteries are expensive for these guys. Like this little thing is like $60. This little battery, $60. So I would say look for reviews on Amazon for like the best tools. Know what jobs you're gonna do with that tool, and also take care of your tools so you don't have to keep replacing them. Because I have a cool flashlight that goes with this, and it's like my favorite tool because it's like it's magnetic and it sticks on stuff. But I lose it every 3 months, and that's $60 that I have to pay for. No, I should
look for multi tools, like tools that could do multiple jobs.
Oh, like a 10-in-1?
That
not like a 10-in-1, but like that has a risk. I love DeWalt because like one thing with DeWalt, all the batteries could swap out for other, you know, for the same like other tools.
Right.
Yeah. You know,
like Milwaukee and Ryobi do the same thing.
Yeah, like Milwaukee and Ryobi the same thing. But like I have like a screwdriver, like it's a, you know, just a screwdriver that switches out to a socket wrench as well. You know, I didn't just buy a socket wrench and then a screwdriver. I bought one that has like multi-use, you know, like because it's functional.
Yeah, I think
like,
that's
when you go to like Home Depot or Lowe's and you're just buying one socket, say it's like $13 for that one socket. When you can buy a ratchet kit with that socket for like $22, buy that instead because you can never have enough. Like I said earlier in the beginning of the show, you can never have.
You lose that shit, you're done. Yeah, you're frustrated for the rest of the day. Yeah.
But here's the thing that I have experienced firsthand. If you're working on like small electronics and little things around the house, then the screwdriver with the interchangeable heads, that's okay. If you're working on a car, on an engine, no, you want the big fuck off screwdrivers so that head doesn't come off and fall down in your engine. You want the single piece of steel that's not a bunch of little parts that's going to fall apart and break.
Yeah, and figure out what tools you like the most. They're just tools that you always defer to and stuff like that. Like this set has little small flatheads, but I don't want to dig when I'm working on my computer or something small or something through like to find the right size. So I just say I'm just gonna grab my tweaker. And if you're wearing certain type of work clothes, you could just put the tweaker right here while you're working, have a flashlight work, and then pull the tweaker out, and then it's like it keeps your flow state and working on stuff better. So it's like also think about accessibility with your tools. Like, is it something that I have to like dig through my box or I have to put together and all that stuff, or is it something I could just pull it, tighten, pull it back, and go? So
you know, I would say a tool that
let me throw one up.
Oh yeah.
This is a good one, guys, because I have a story. Chuck the Painter. Fun story that's extremely common for 10, it looks like 10 euros, brother. Hey, my Viking brother. Fun story. my dad always buys new tools constantly because he loses his previous ones in his workshop and ends up finding them again months later. Always has a collection 3 times the same thing. So I watch this with my father too. I mostly have this issue with parts for the well, parts for the pumps, things like that. I buy a spare and then I forget I have it. So then I go and buy another one when I need it. So I've actually worked a way around it. When I buy a tool, I always save the old one or keep a backup or refurbish it. And I make a cabinet where all the secondary stuff is. That way, if for some reason I misplace one, which is typically not what happens, it's usually a cleaner or somebody moves something and I don't remember where it's at and I want it right now, I just go to the backup. That's where that 1 is none and 2 is 1 comes in. It's a little bit of an organization thing, but I really, really am touched by that because my dad would lose his stuff too. And then for me, it would be like spare parts, a spare swamp cooler belt, things like that. I would have it and then forget that I actually bought it. And I wouldn't have it. But I actually did. So I ended up with 3 or 4 belts after about 6 years. So that's not uncommon. People do that. So it's just organizational skills.
Yeah. Have a place for them. And whenever you're done with your project, put them back in their place.
And going with a nuke, having like the right size tool for the job, like case in point, my house. I live in a third of an acre corner lot. Push mower is almost unbearable in this Texas heat, but a riding lawnmower would be way too much. So I have one of those self-propelled push mowers to cut it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Manscaped mower too. You know, it helps cut everything down.
Yeah, that one.
You got to trim the hedge to make the tree look better. Yeah,
exactly.
Also, don't be afraid to use PPE. You know, like you don't have use your PPE. Like if you're gonna work on your car, use the gloves. Imagine have you guys had this happen where you're like wrenching and all of a sudden it comes loose and you just hit your hand on another piece of metal?
Slice it right open,
dude. That's
you bust your knuckles.
My hands are all screwed up right now.
Tell us what
just
PPE means, Nick. I mean, we got an audience here of a lot of folks, the young folks too. What is PPE?
Personal protective equipment. This could range from anything from gloves, helmets, condoms, anything to protect yourself. Oh, seriously, condoms count as a PPE.
Condoms are PPE. Yeah.
Earplugs. If we go to the range,
earplugs,
eyes and ears on, right?
Yeah.
Was it Thursday night on my way home? I stole a rain jacket from work or a rain suit from work because it was thunderstorming and I'm on the motorcycle. So there's my PPE to keep me dry and comfortable while I ride 44 miles back home.
My level 3A vest.
Yep. And, you guys know what's a lifesaver, guys? Are those thermal gloves that you can touch hot things with? Put those in your car. Yeah. So if you break down on the side of the road, like, you got to work on the radiator or something on the side of the road, the engine is hot. You put these gloves on, you can touch the engine for like 15 whole seconds before you feel anything.
Yeah. That's where your mom's cooking mittens went, huh?
Well, and you gotta have tools for like the weather too, right? Like you need to have something to shovel with or something. Because in Texas, you live in the Northeast, so you know.
Yeah, I'm just like thinking about that. There's been like 1 or 2 times where I didn't have like a scraper or something to clean off the car, and it is just a mess. Doing it with your hands when you're getting ready for work, like, oh my god,
that sucks, man. I grew up in Vermont, so I know all about that. I don't miss it.
Yeah, get that.
Here's a tool that guys need to have that we haven't hit yet. Now, we all cannot necessarily be as great as like Thor and have a gym in his own house, but every man should have a pair of 35-pound dumbbells.
I do have 35 pounds. You read my mind.
25 are too light. 35s will give you just enough resistance.
Farmer's walk.
Yeah. And you could do so many different exercises with just a pair of 35-pound dumbbells. You have no excuse to say like, oh, I can't go to the gym because it's too far, or I had work late, or I don't have any gyms, I don't have any equipment in my house. You could get a 35-pound pair of dumbbells, and you could literally do almost a muscle. You can hit every muscle group with those with just a pair of 35-pound dumbbells.
And the bands too. AJ just put up the bands.
Yep.
If you go to the YouTube, there's some YouTube on RP Thor about those bands, and they are like $24. It'll last you about 18 months, and it works too. If you really want to spend some money, you guys hear of Power Blocks when you're speaking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
Yep.
Hey, man, you get
Those are
55
expensive, those
pounds
are
of
nice.
those, and you've got adjustable dent from 5 to 55 forever. Well, you've seen it
Yep.
in the gym, you know.
Door jam pull-up bar.
Oh,
Yeah,
one
that's
of my
another one.
favorites, man.
I have one of those too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could use it as a clothing rack as well.
Hey, be careful of those because my friend Randall and
Yes.
fellow Dragon, he
Yes.
was using one of those pull-up bars and resistance bands and came down hard on a chair. It was
Yes.
nasty.
Yes.
Well, you do have to be careful. Like, so when I was just getting out of my divorce, I was overweight, and I think I was like 230 pounds when I decided to start losing all my weight, and I ended up looking for a door jam pull-up bar and looking at the weight limits on them, and most of the cheap ones, they have a pretty low max weight, and so I ended up getting like the perfect pull-up fucking door jam pull-up bar because it had the most weight capacity, which was 220 pounds. I had to lose 10 pounds before I was even able to use that
Hit
thing.
the rating.
Yeah, it was bad, but yeah.
Hey, how about this, AJ? How about guys in the chat? You want to start adding some tools that are your favorites? See a lot of folks in the chat. Feel free. We'll mention them at least for a while.
I might buy them too. Yeah, I might get some too.
Hell, man.
You want to talk about your favorite tool?
What,
know.
what is this? Are you going to bring up fleshlights again or something?
I didn't say it. You said it. You said it.
Man, you went really hot on your mic.
Oh, all right.
We could
you
talk
said it, not
about tools in the bedroom. Oh, I have another
That's
tools in the bedroom works too. I have some suggestions.
Paracord.
You know, just an old fashioned
Paracord.
necktie. A good old necktie works really great in the bedroom.
Do you know those things that like they're like a cylinder that you put them behind your headboard and they absorb the impact of like if your headboard.
Oh, I have those.
I don't worry about that 'cause I live by myself in my own house. So
They're like $20,
I want the
$15
sound.
on that. Yeah. So you don't want your headboard slamming against your wall, especially if you live in an apartment and stuff like that. Those will absorb the shock and keep the bed more stable too. So, yeah.
But what if we like the gabum, gabum, gabum?
Flogger.
Hey.
Flogger.
Yeah.
Flogger handy, and underneath your bed, they have these straps that could go underneath your bed and go up to the corners of the bed. Those are good for stretching.
Yeah.
Does that go with the tripod?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, get yourself a bed
Go,
frame.
GoPro. Buy GoPro.
With drawers underneath it. So then you're lying in bed, you just reach down, open the drawer, reach in, boom, ready.
Yeah. What was the other thing I was gonna say? Oh, handcuffs. You're gonna get handcuffs. Get an extra set of keys, and have them.
Yeah.
Have them within arm's reach too.
Yeah. Make sure you have a
Complex
secret
brings up
place
some
in
good
case you meet a crazy chick that locks you up in headphones or handcuffs, and you can't escape. So.
And then she starts arguing with you. Oh
Like,
my-
what was it that episode of
trick ones.
that episode of Seinfeld when George Costanza gets locked up and the chick like leaves him and he's stuck there all day? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're naked and you're just like, what do I do now?
And again, shout out to Jason, you dog. I know exactly where your strap kit and restraint kit is. Oh, Thor, you forgot to bring up a very important toolkit that you have.
Great brand.
Your bang bag.
Yeah. We'll save that for the paywall, but a good bang bag is very, very useful.
I'll say that for the thing. Lighting.
You have an extra fridge, and I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
Oh yes, food.
It's actually a freezer.
Oh, freezer.
Yeah.
He preps he has meals for at least a year in there.
No.
Okay, it's not that full, but it's I have eaten food that he has made 2 months prior, and it tastes just like it's freshly cooked that day. And he has this extra storage for food freezer where you could prep your meals. I mean, it's just smart. He's just smart with it. He has it all organized. It's all labeled. It's just, if you have the space, prep your food and you want to be meal prepping, prep it, store it, put it in the freezer, and it's there. It's good to go.
Oh, dude, that just brought me up to having like an Instapot or a crock pot. I love
there you
crap out of my
go.
crock pot.
Crock pots. Yeah, I fucking hate Instapots. I just I'm not
I
a
have
fan
one.
of them.
I think I've used it twice. I use my crock pot like at least 2-3 times a week.
I have one because some chick bought me one for Christmas, but I've only used it like twice. I much prefer to use my crock pot. It's just easier. It's less complicated.
And people meme on it all the time, but guys, that little chopper, it's like a cylinder with the blades, and you go.
Oh, the slap chop?
Oh, I totally use
like
it.
that.
Totally use that.
Yeah,
100%.
so fast, so easy.
Yep.
Garlic, onions,
I
tomatoes.
use that for all my preps.
Do you guys have any tools for cleaning stuff?
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
a girlfriend, and then I hire a maid.
I have a couple.
Wife, girlfriend.
I thought about real cleaning, like cleaning grout out of your driveway, like and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a
Isn't that what
standard.
you're supposed to do? No? She doesn't
Damn,
do
man,
that?
you got them on lock.
I got
I was
videos.
just wondering. I thought they come that way. They don't?
No, but I think that's super important. Like, so I bought a pretty expensive vacuum. I think it was like maybe like $250 back in like 2017, and that thing is a beast, and it goes with me everywhere that I go. So it's worth investing in some of those cleaning supplies because they're not going to break down, and you're going to have them forever, and you have to clean. Like, let's be honest.
Dyson. I got a Dyson.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think one of the best vacuum cleaners I've ever owned, or well, my parents owned it, was one of those Kirby's or Rainbows.
Yeah.
Older guys would know.
Oh,
those
the
ones.
solid steel.
Oh
and
man, you stub your toe
All
on
right.
it, you're done. You got a broken toe, but that thing will suck the dirt from the ground underneath your floor.
I still
Oh,
have
it's
one.
Good sucking capability. I gotta
still
look into
have
that.
one.
So
They-
I got
they will not
I got
die.
2 super secret tools that every man needs.
Oh, here we
You
go.
ready? Black & Decker makes this little scrub brush that's powered by 6 AA batteries that will scrub the paint off anything. It's little, it's tiny. You set it by your sink. Cleaning becomes no problem if you're by yourself scraping something. Just clean everything. There, that's a side. That is one hell of a tool right there. So, oh, I got another one too. I'll think of it in a minute. There's another super secret tool for cleaning. I can tell you guys.
Do you guys use you guys use a steamer? I have a steamer that it doubles as a clothing steamer. I use it to like disinfect stuff in my house. Like if I need to thaw stuff out really fast, like in the freezer, things are stuck. I use it on my toilet. Like, you know, you don't want to, sometimes you just don't want to touch the toilet with your hand. You just steam it. It gets pretty gross because you see all the stuff stuck in between the crevices on your toilet, and it you know, takes care of all of that. It's good for your car too if you're trying to steam clean your car.
Yeah,
Nice.
And all
A
that.
good
Also,
one, a good brand for that is McCulloch. Get like the MC 1375
yeah.
on Amazon. It's a good steamer.
Also a spot remover, right? Especially if your car, you want to keep your car clean, the ones that you put like a certain clean liquid in, and you just put it over a stain and it lifts the stain. You don't have to pay $200 for someone to come lift it from your carpet. Yeah.
So if you have a good vacuum,
sorry, AJ, that's AJ's business. Sorry.
That's my jam, dude.
Yeah.
Giving away all my
Sorry, though. What were you
secrets.
saying?
Oh, I definitely have a steamer too, but I just remembered, guys. I mean, every one of us has to do personal grooming. We talked about it earlier, and all that sort of thing. I ran into something 8 years ago that is a tool. It's gonna cause you to get belly laughs and have a whole bunch of fun with it. But I saw this interview with George Clooney, and he had used something called a Flowbee for over 25 years, and he was rated the world's sexiest man by using this thing for hair cutting called a Flowbee. And of course, you know, I was going to the barber, I was spending the money, doing the whole social thing. And then when the wife's a cosmetologist, so she would also cut my hair and do all that stuff. But when she got hurt, she couldn't do it anymore, and it was real expensive to go to the barber. I started looking into this Flowbee, and I was shocked at how much these damn things cost. They were like made in the 80s, and there was this big thing about this vacuum attachment that would suck your hair out and cut it. It sounds absolutely ridiculous.
Yo, throw up a photo of this thing.
It's so freaking ridiculous. And I said, well, you know what? They're charging these things new, like over $400, and used ones can go, anywhere underneath. The prices are insane. And if I looked up Amazon, the results and people's comments, I was shocked at how many people were using this thing. So I bit the bullet and I bought it, and I was shocked at how good the damn thing does for just your basic haircut. Of course, you got to get guides around the edge, but I was shocked at that George Clooney was dead right, and he'd used it for 30 years. And if you look at any of the commercials around Flowbee, I think Saturday Night Live did some skits on it. It just destroyed their credibility as a device, but it's really quite brilliant. It sucks your hair out like a barber would, and then there's these little blades that cut it off on the guide, so you can never make a mistake. It's shockingly good tool to save you money in the long run.
Looking at that photos give me freaking PTSD flashbacks to boot camp.
Isn't that strange?
Oh, this is what they used to shave our heads at boot camp, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Wasn't
it looks like
It
they
is.
shaved our heads with.
Yeah, because they got to do like 1,000 men a day.
Yeah.
It's kind of the private version of it.
In the Navy they had vacuums attached to clippers. I remember that, so that it would just keep the hair from hitting the ground. But
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
so it was slightly different than a Flowbee. Flowbee sucks you have longer hair
Yes.
or whatever, it sucks it up.
Longer guys.
Whoa.
You know what? Well, I'm
And
surprised.
you can see the interview with Clooney. He was dead serious. You can still see it on YouTube. It's like, I've used this for years. Crazy.
Well, and
I'm
here's something,
surprised
guys.
you didn't mention a tool that you have and you take everywhere with you. One of these guys, these power banks. Thor takes two with
Hey,
him
there we go.
everywhere he goes. He has two fully charged power banks with him, and they're like 3 times the size. You can power a whole house with this power bank. But no, there's a smart. You know everything
If
you
you're at-
utilize is on electronics, so you got to have a power bank with you, especially when you travel.
One thing that I want to bring up, because I know we were talking before, like IT stuff. So one of the things that I did is I got essentially one of those computer bags where it slots into the back, but I don't know what the difference is about it, but the way that it's shaped, you can pack so much crap into it, and it's got all the compartments to put your power banks, put your cords, have organization. And I literally travel, like, it's a little bit different than Paul because Paul wants to bring his pocket knife. I travel with literally one backpack, and I could be good for like 5 days. That's how much that I can fit into it, and I have all my electronics.
Nice.
And here's one, guys, that I really, really love. I've had this thing for 10 years. 10 years, okay? This is the oh, doggone it. Is it gonna do the thing where
It's
You just
doing
put it
the
in
thing.
front of you.
yeah.
Green screen,
It's
yeah.
this is the Norelco Series 7, Philips Norelco Series 7000. And check this out. So you got the 3 guards for hair, face, and body that go onto the standard clipper. Watch this.
Is that a nose clipper?
Yep. So then, now I can do my nose and my ears. Oh, and watch this. Now I can do my face.
My balls. Now I can do my
well, you can't-
balls.
Yeah, 'cause the guard on it.
Landscape 4.0.
Landscaper.
Now I can do my face. This thing is water resistant. You can take it in the shower with you. I've had it for 10 years. The battery is still good, and it was $70 10 years ago. So just get the current version of this, guys. You will kill it.
Yeah.
Don't buy the Remington. The battery sucks.
Hey guys, I got a tool that I don't think we listed yet. You know that like Karen neighbor that you always see that's always like nagging and bitching at you, and you just like feel like her husband's life must be miserable.
Yeah,
And
shotgun.
the next time she wants to talk to you, and you're outside checking your mail.
Yeah,
She's always out there.
yeah.
I have the best tool for you.
Awesome.
What you need to do
Let's hear it.
is wear one of these.
Oh God.
Shout out to
This
Pearl.
tool right
And
here
just got
will
banned.
save you from having a conversation with a dumb woman, or you might start a conversation with a woman. Either way, it works.
Happy International Women's Month, everyone. Brought to you by Glenn.
There we
Moore.
go. And the final tool.
Yeah.
We're all tools, aren't we?
Guys, we got 220 viewers right now. Nuke is doing most of the heavy lifting. Thank you, Nuke, for bringing all your ex-followers into here.
Hey, that my pleasure. They know that this is quality and this is quality stuff. So,
Nuke, I saw that post that you put out there.
which one?
I heard
Which
what you
one?
that what
Which-
you're gonna do if they got 500 people in here. I heard what you did. We're not going OnlyFans, okay? Stop it.
Damn it! Damn it!
Ass and bio.
Yeah, exactly.
Bio and ass.
In terms of computer stuff too, guys, this is sort of my industry. Getting a UPS is probably a good idea, an uninterruptible power supply.
Yeah.
So if like in the middle of a storm or something, the power knocks out, you still have internet. You can connect it to your internet modem and all that stuff. Anything that continuity of power is important, especially in storms, especially in when you really need power. Let's say you have kids and you need to keep your house cool or something like that. Anything that gives you so having a good generator, having a good power banks, batteries, all that stuff. Because like you may live in an area where the weather's good, but like there's always that possibility for an outage. Like in 2021, Dallas or North Texas had that big freeze, and there were people freezing to death because they just weren't prepared for those conditions, right? So it's like I personally will always want to buy a house with a fireplace if I live anywhere where it freezes. I want to have like different tools and things that keep me warm and continuity of power in my house, right? And all that. So I think speaking from an electrical standpoint, I'm 100% Thor will agree. AJ will, I mean, everyone will agree. Anything that can help you keep that continuity power in your house. That way, if the power goes out, you have time to react and shut things down and have, and grab your lights and stuff like that. So I highly recommend an UPS for stuff like that too.
Like even all your servers, like YouTube, Meta, X, all their servers, they're all supplied clean power, as we call it in the industry, by UPSs because utility power is dirty and everything. So if that utility ever goes down, there's about, when you have a UPS for a data center fully loaded, 1 meg typically, you have about 10 minutes of battery, and that's enough time to get the generators on the bus to back it up.
Yeah. Or for the power to come back. So
that's actually a really good thought, and it's more accessible today than before. 16 years ago, I built my own power wall and completely on grid, off grid. It was quite a challenge, but it was also a hobby at the time to design, and I had a guy that wanted to do it with me. But now it's very, very accessible. The one thing I would caution everybody against, because this is how you get into trouble, leasing, financing it. I know that it's an easy way to get there, but it's just delaying. You're not going to earn anything in the end. You're going to get hit pretty hard. So if you're going to stick around for a few years, it's super worth it, like Nuke said. But be sure and look at the numbers too. I've had too many friends look at what I did and then go finance it and be on the bad end of it.
Yeah. I would say there's like Tesla batteries now.
Yes.
There's which and also like a generator enough to keep your family warm, or like the food from spoiling over like maybe 1 or like 3 days,
Oh, they make really good generators now that are dual fuel, even triple fuel.
Yeah. So that's good, and have extra fuel. And then, if you want to have extra, like my dad had a water tank built on top of the house.
Mm-hmm.
So, we use gravity, and then we'd have water whenever the water went out. So, I'm all about preparedness and stuff like that. I should be more prepared, but I think continuity of power is nice to have when everyone else is shut out, especially also continuity of like heat or air conditioning or whatever you need.
Yeah.
So.
Here's a good one for you. If you can get your hands on it, and they're a dime a dozen in the junkyard, get yourself a Mark IV generation Volkswagen ALH TDI engine, 1.9 liter. Hook it up to a generator or inverter and run it that way. That engine will literally run on friggin' used motor oil, vegetable oil, everything. If you have a night like Mike did last night, his piss could power that engine.
That's a fun project right there, actually. Not his piss, but the engine.
Damn, Mike.
How do you know?
Get Mike some sandwiches right now. Get him some sandwiches.
No. Give me some protein.
There's no experience there, so you may be right.
But yeah, if you can figure out how to hook up a generator or inverter, like shaft driven one, to a say an 01 Jetta ALH TDI, you're good. Just friggin' save your used motor oil and run that as your generator fuel.
There you go. That's a use for those stupid seed oils. Dump them in there.
Literally, it gets some of the best gas mileage when you run pure vegetable oil through it.
Mm-hmm.
So we got some guys. We got a wrap here, AJ.
So
go ahead,
Mike.
and
Let's
wrap
start
us
with
up.
you.
Oh, I
start
was,
with you, Mike. Let's start with you.
I was not intending to segue like that, but guys, the ultimate tool is in here. This is the tool that no one can take from you. This is the tool that doesn't break and only gets better with time, but only if you take good care of it and only if you sharpen it and hone it. Your body may break, but you have your mind, and the man that you are is up here. So take care of this, level this up, and this is the greatest tool you will ever have, and it will never let you down.
Well said. Well said.
Well said, man. Let's give a shout out to Shock the Painter. Real fast before we go to Glenn. $2 super chat. Citroen C15 car. That shit is unbreakable.
Oh,
Nice.
we can
French
drive,
engineering.
we can
Is that a
drive
challenge?
across. We can drive across the field, and a basket of eggs will not break. That is what they say. Yes. Oh.
Get the baguette and the white flag.
You're sounding like Laurent now.
Glenn, final thoughts, where we can find you and all that good stuff.
Well, all the final thoughts are the ones at the strip club, so they're the final ones for sale. You guys can find me on my channel. I'm going to be rather busy this upcoming week. I'm not going to say what per se, but it's going to be really fun. It's going to be a good busy time. Stay tuned. I'm going to have some stuff coming up. I'm going to do some. I'm doing another show later on today on
Boobs? Oh, women. I thought you meant like
yes,
body.
yes,
parts.
International Women's Month.
Chairs.
I think this is gonna be a fun one. Anybody that's on the DragonShip want to hop on, it'll probably be an hour or two after this. But if any of you guys want to hop on, it's gonna be fun. A lot of tongue in cheek and talking about them women's in a good way.
Yes.
So it's gonna be fun. Other than that, tomorrow, me and Thor, we got some stuff we're gonna do. It's gonna be fun. Do a workout and maybe a Trident.
I'll wear my helmet.
Which one?
The fall helmet.
Oh.
It'll all be good.
Paul.
Tune into my podcast Monday. I'm going to be live. I'll be revisiting Rollo's 9 Iron Rules as a refresher for some of you and for new guys coming into the space. Other than that, get my book, guys. If you have an Audible subscription or a Kindle subscription, consider using your next credit on my book. And if you want an autographed physical copy, you can order those directly from me. I'll drop a link to that in the chat here.
Gotcha. Nuke.
Guys, shows 7 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Talk about red pill topics, dating, and all that stuff. And all that. And then tomorrow we have Post Zero with the guys. We're gonna talk about what was it we were gonna talk about? How to be alone. Alone time, how to learn to be alone as a man and value your alone time and use it wisely, right? So we'll be talking about that tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central. Guys, follow me on Patreon. I just dropped a new article or a new essay on Patreon. And my final thoughts are as such. Like I said before, the information you have the Library of Alexandria in your pocket. Use it wisely. You can use it to destroy yourself, right? Or you can use it to make a better life for yourself. So the choice is yours. If you choose to use it to make you angry or for sedations all the time, right? Then you wasted this opportunity. There's a lot of people in history that wish they had the power you have. So use it wisely and all that stuff. And have the right tools for the right job. And that's all I have. I got to go, guys. So thank you.
Thanks, Nuke.
Thanks, Nuke.
Thank you, Nuke.
And then Huds, thank you again for that beautiful thumbnail we have in the background. Appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. You look very dapper. So
thank you.
My final thoughts on this whole thing. Don't wait to fix your problems. We have these things happen, like your car breaks down or power shuts off or you have a leak or something that you have to take care of. It's better to, there's a reason why they always said, always be prepared, like in Boy Scouts. It's the truth. So make sure that you're always learning about this type of stuff. There's a lot of great suggestions that came through on this show. So definitely, look into some of those things. that's really it with that. Don't wait to be prepared. And then where you can find me, best place is Instagram. You'll see some of my content there. If you want to reach out for dating coaching or have any questions, go ahead and hit me up. And then I'll put announcements for other shows and things that I'm doing through that.
Copy. Thank you, Hoods. And then I'll go real fast and hand it over to the man of the hour, Thor. So with me, I think we said it all very well in this show. Tools, because I grew up kind of like poor, so I kind of learned how to distinguish certain tools, and everything is a hammer, guys, to me. But one piece of knowledge that I would like to give everyone is learn your metric to standard conversions, like your 9/16, 14 millimeters, 7/16. I think that's like, I think that's 11.
Can they get a
5/8,
table
8 mil
to start with?
Yeah. 3/4, 19, 11/16, 17, like that kind of stuff. Understand that, and if you're missing a tool, like most cars nowadays or most things nowadays are metric. If you're missing something, you can quickly think of the standard equivalent and go in there. And no, 10 mil and 3/8 do not match, even though they are close. So that's why I say always buy as many 10 mils as you can. Other than that, you guys can reach out and find me. All my links right there, IG, X, YouTube, ARMS, the Gmail account. If you guys have any questions about detailing or tools, feel free to hit me up on any of those. And with that, Thor, it's all yours.
Hey, thank you. You guys want me to take us out today too? I can certainly do that.
Yes, please.
You can find me at becomedurable.com. Of course, after you use your audio credit to listen to Paul's book, which is a fantastic book, take a look at my book too, A Dominant Masculine Presence. I think you guys will find definitely value there, particularly with the 7 skills of a dominant masculine presence. Once again, I appreciate all you guys here on the DragonShip, and I will do my best to get to as many of these as I can in the coming weeks, and even hopefully more in the future. Let's get somewhere and take us out. And gentlemen, until next time on the DragonShip, Skull.
Ready to upgrade your dating game? Introducing Paul's ultimate online dating course for men. Master the art of online dating and discover Paul's genius method to meet amazing women off the apps. The real secret sauce? Discover how to leverage Facebook and Instagram to meet amazing women in your local area. Not all hot women are on dating apps, but every woman on the planet is on social media. Learn how to find and connect with them with this revolutionary course. Say goodbye to swipe fatigue and hello to meaningful connections. Ready to transform your dating life? Click the link in the description now and start your journey to success today.